On today's episode of The Front Row, we are at the Lubbock Public Media Studios in the heart of Lubbock's Cultural District, and our special guest on the program today is Brad Moran, who is the President and CEO of Lubbock Public Media. Brad, welcome to The Front Row. Thank you for being our guest today.
Well, Clint, thanks for having me.
Well, it's great to have you on the show. Lots of people will recognize the Moran name. Tell us a little bit about you and your history in broadcasting and how you've become a real go-to person in the whole media realm.
Well, I don't know if a lot of people will recognize my name, but I have been involved with radio and TV in Lubbock for a long time. My dad started KJTV, which at the same time I got out of Texas Tech, and so together we started what became Fox 34. We had several TV stations, several radio stations, and now we have Classical 105.7.
And this is your first foray into nonprofit, non-commercial radio, right?
Wow, it's a whole new world, and we're figuring it out as we go along. And here we are. We've been on the air for a year and a quarter, and we're getting ready to launch our first on-air campaign to try and get our listeners to help support us.
All right. So let's actually unpack that a little bit. In the idea of commercial media, the idea is to sell advertising, in which people get their products endorsed, and hopefully people will go buy those products, and it makes revenue for the station. Mm-hmm. But non-commercial radio is different. We have to rely on donations to the station, whether it's a business or a person, for which we can say who those people are and what they do. But it's not sales in the same sense, right?
Right. It is very different, and I am wide-eyed in this role. And we started by creating a 501c3, which is a tax IRS recognized entity that people can deduct donations to our entity, and the entity is called Lubbock Public Media. It's a corporation that is owned by the public, I guess, and it has its own separate board of directors. And so we've had that established for a little over a year, and that's the entity that owns and controls Classical 105.7. And so that's what's really different, because we don't sell advertising, but people choose to support because of the type of service that we provide. They support it through individual gifts. Foundations have been very gracious and supported us. We've had some businesses that want to support us just because they like what we're doing. And so it's been very eye-opening to me, the levels and the people that we found to support the station.
And for people who do make donations, their gift to the station is tax deductible, and which is a benefit for some folks. Mm-hmm. And it does, for a business, get their name out in front of a group of people that may be the demographic that they're looking for.
The quality of the audience at a classical station is off the charts in terms of the kind of demographics that businesses are interested in and being associated with. But we've also found ways for people to support us so that we can become partners with other arts organizations here in town. And two come to mind. One that we went to very first before we even got the station right out as we went to LSO. And we had to go to the Symphony because they're 80 years old and they're an institution in this town, and we attached ourselves to them, and we want to do everything we can to support them. And they've been really good partners, and we think our job is to go and help them grow and get bigger and better and more successful. And then we also have an ongoing partnership with the College of Visual and Performing Arts at the Talkington College, and we're thrilled to be working with them, and I'm just amazed at the number of concerts and performances that they put on. It's shocking. I don't think many people know that. I certainly didn't. I've lived here since I was 17 years old.
But it's a great thing, because with a partnership there, we can put their performances on the air and get them some visibility in the community that they might not ordinarily have. So it's a win-win for everybody, right?
It's such a great thing. I've talked to several people about working here with us, and one of the things that I love to say is we're a nonprofit, but it's a happy place, because we bring joy to people because of the entertainment that we bring, because the culture that we expose the community to, and we help other entities that are already established get better and bigger. And so we have a very unique role, because we have these airwaves and this signal, and we have somebody like yourself that is so knowledgeable about this space that can help us do a better job delivering audiences and knowledge and information about these other nonprofits in town that are aligned with us.
Right. That's a win for everybody. So here we are on the cusp of an on-air fundraiser. So for folks who may not know exactly what that is, give us a rundown about what we're going to be doing over the next week.
So we're going to, we've created a campaign called Crescendo, and we'll do this a few times a year, and we're going to ask people to support us. And if somebody would like to give us $50 a month, $25 a month, $100 a month, or $10 one-time only gift, we will use that and put it to good work. We'll use that to pay our bills. We have to pay for a power bill. We have to pay for our very few employees that work here, and we're set up to be a very lean operation. And so we're going to put together this campaign, and over the next several days, we're going to ask people and explain a little bit about the background and the inner workings of what goes on inside Classical 105.7, and we're going to ask people to show some support for us if they enjoy what we're doing.
And they will. One of the analogies that I really like is sort of like making an investment, and the return that you get on that investment is 24/7, 365 great music and intellectual stimulation from some of the local programs that we have, awareness of the art and cultural community. You get a lot for your donation.
Well, and our job as a licensee of the Federal Communications Commission for 105.7 is to serve our community. That's the foundation of what we do. So we do things like we've created as you mentioned, a weekly broadcast from the College of Visual and Performing Arts every Sunday night at 7 o'clock. We have one of their broadcasts done here locally, and then it's broadcast on our station to be shared with other people that may not have seen it. And it may have been something that was recorded last year or last week. And so it's really exciting to have that. We also have a few other talk shows in addition to this one. We have a show that's devoted to the Lubbock Symphony Orchestra that is more about what's going on in their world, and that's available on the air on Saturday morning, Sunday evening. We have another show that's on the air that supports the College of Visual and Performing Arts. It's called The Art Beat, and it runs on Saturday morning, Sunday evenings, but both those programs are available on demand. So if somebody misses it or they heard just 5 minutes of it, they can go to our website or they can download our station app. And I would really encourage people to do that because they can go back and look at all the different programs that we've had, whether it's the front row, whether it's the Art Beat, or whether it's Clef Notes from the symphony. And then I didn't mention our newest show, which I'm so excited about. And Gordon Wilkerson, who is a longtime resident of Lubbock, has been wanting to get on the air for a long time, the opportunity to tell the story of prominent people and businesses and success stories, and whether it's somebody that's served our community or somebody that's been in the healthcare industry or somebody that was a coach. And it's a long form discussion that's 30 minutes. So the very first one that we did was James Odom, who was the 22 or 23 year head football coach at Monterey. Great story. I believe he's in his 90s. And he was just a blast to listen to. And you can hear that now. We aired it several months ago, but it's available on demand at our website, classical1057.org.
All right. Well, that's the thing that's fascinating is somebody might hear a broadcast, go to our website, and see all of the available programs, and maybe just listen to them in a row, perhaps, because they're interested in the history of our community. And it's a great intellectual exercise, and it has such knowledge, and we do that with all of our programs. They're all available.
Well, and the one I love about this one is that it's people that you normally wouldn't be able to listen to a conversation. James Odom, Curtis Griffith tell us about the success and history of Citibank. And, small town bank, moves into Lubbock, great success, publicly traded company. Took 2 episodes for him to kind of tell that story. He did a great job. And then we've also got Don Bricker, who was a noted heart surgeon here in Lubbock and helped establish the heart program that was back at Methodist and then Covenant, and fascinating story to listen to him talk. And so it's so neat to have those first-person narratives that tell people's story.
It's the beauty of radio, and it's right here on Classical 105.7. You made a comment a little while ago. You talked about a lean staff, And this is something that I think is really interesting here because I'd never seen it before, is we have a shared services with Raymar Communications, which is our home where we live. And you've made the two organizations blend and come together. How did you do that?
Well, we're very unique, and we think there's only one other entity like this. And so what we did is we've started a nonprofit. We hired people that were exclusive to just the nonprofit. So it's you as the voice of classical music on radio in Lubbock for the last 36 years. It's some of our development staff and our people that are focused on just fundraising. And so they help us do that, but we don't have to hire engineers at Lubbock Public Media. We had to set this up to where it would play long beyond my lifetime. And so it'll be attached next to Raymar Communications, and Raymar provides engineering, a roof over our heads, electricity, communications, accounting, promotional help, just all the resources that a radio station needs. In Raymar Communications, we already had 9 radio stations that we were supporting, so this becomes a 10th. It's not a huge burden to add one more radio station. And one of my friends, Sam Sheaf, asked me early on, how are you going to make this thing sustainable beyond your lifetime? And so that really rang true to me, and so we've designed it in that manner to where it has a long life and will be well supported, and it doesn't take a ton of money to operate our operation. So we're very lean, and with what's been in the news with the Corporation for Public Broadcasting's shutdown, we're not going to be dependent upon that money because we never were dependent on that money. We thought we might participate in that when we first started thinking about this, but then it looked like it wasn't going to be around. And so the people of Lubbock are supporting us, and we hope that they'll continue to support us.
Right. Well, and hopefully, the way you've described it, being a lean and efficient operation, people will want to support it because it's so well run and efficient. For folks who want to become members of the station, want to make donations, how can they do that?
Well, a couple of the easiest ways to do it is, one, as I mentioned earlier, if you'll go to your app store for your phone, download our station app, Classical 105.7. And the benefit of that is that you'll be able to listen to our station even if you don't have a radio around. You'll be able to listen to any of our talk programs. There's also a donate button, and you can press the donate button. It's real simple and easy. Drop your credit card in. You can be anonymous, or you can put your name on there, and we'll gladly hold your name out as being a supporter of our operation. You can also do the same thing at our website. Our website is classical1057.org, and there's a donate button there.
Right, so all of those ways are the methods by which people can make a tax-deductible donation to the station during our fund drive, which we're calling Crescendo. And for those of you who are musicians, you know that means to get louder, to get bigger, to expand things, and that's exactly what we want to do with our fund drive. We want to do all of those things, and we will with your support at classical1057.org. Just click on the red tab that says donate. Anything else, Brad?
No, I just want to say what a joy it's been for our past year, 5 quarters, to work with you. It's been a pleasant experience for me, and I think for the rest of our staff, and we're just so glad to have you on and all your experience in this space.
Well, thank you. That's very kind. I appreciate it. And let me tell you that it is an incredible pleasure to work with an experienced, knowledgeable broadcaster who is in sympathy with what we're doing. You're always so very encouraging to us, and you've surrounded us with a professional group of people, professionals in finance and production and all of the things that we need. And it's really been a great experience to be here for now a little over a year.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your hard work and the opportunity that we have to share your history and knowledge and experience in this space. It's been great for us.
Brad Moran is President and CEO of Lubbock Public Media, and he's been our guest on the front row today. Brad, thank you for being on our show.
You're welcome.